Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by First Bank and by Zaxby's Friends Family Flavor with your host, Krista Lambert.
Welcome to the Zaxby's Coaches Show here at Classic Nissan. With me, I have Hector Perez from Zaxby's. Hector, how's the chicken business treating you?
Oh, it's been good, man. You know, it's nice to meet you, first of all. You know, I think I've seen you a couple times. You say you do it every Friday with Chris, so I think you were there the last time I was there, at least in your high school. But either way, it's good to be here. The business is good, you know, with the holidays coming up. We're just preparing for the next year and just kind of planning everything out for, you know, what's to come.
Very nice, very nice. So, Hector, is there something special going on in the month of December with Zaxby's? Any special salads, chicken, anything of that nature?
So anything new for the menu won't be coming out to next year. So we're kind of still writing out on the Chipotle Southwest sandwich and the Southwest barbecue. God, I always forget the name for the second one. But we're just writing those out. But as far as everything else goes, you know, we're kind of just waiting to see what happens for the next year to come. But so far, nothing new other than, you know, we are offering catering options for anyone that, you know, they've got family members coming in. You know, you can buy a platter for your whole family before the Christmas day comes.
All right, so I'm hosting a big thing in a few weeks. Tell me, how do I get Zaxby's to cater my big gathering?
So you have a local, you know, Zaxby's around you. You can call the number that, you know, you can just look up Zaxby's and it'll show up the next or the closest one to you. But if not, you can go online to Zaxby's.com, look it up via, you know, your zip code, and from there you can order online. It'll give you all the catering options, you know, in the menu as well. Very
nice. So, what is your recommendation for the top Zaxby's meal right now in Sanford, North Carolina?
You know, we have a most popular menu, so I would say, you know, the most popular things people tend to get is the traditional wings and things, or a chicken finger plate. Those are always a to-go basis. But if you're doing it for like a big group, just order 50 Big Zax snacks and you're good to go.
Just 50 of them. That's what I'm talking about. So I know in months past, y'all have sponsored a 5K, and you're, of course, a big sponsor here in Lee County at Lee County Athletics. What in the near future does Zaxby's have planned for the community?
Ooh, that is a big one. You know,
that's a tough question.
Yeah, it is.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
But you know, we always look for, you know, different ways to venture out. You know, we always love to do, you know, stuff that we've done in the past. But we started, you know, the first 5K that we did here in Sanford was our first like owned sponsor. Like, you know, we usually partner up with another company or anything, but this was actually our big first one that we did ourselves. So that is something that we're looking forward to doing next year. But we also have spirit nights that we host for anybody that, you know, wants to, you know, create some money or income, you know, towards their club, business, or whatever. You know, we want to be able to be a part of that, and you know, that's what we do for the community. So you see a lot of those, you know, coming up in the near future.
That is very, very cool. Well, thank you for everything you do for Lee County and Southern Lee both, and promoting our athletics and helping our school. So this is the Zaxby's Coaches Show here at Classic Nissan. Hector Perez, Nathan Cochrane. We'll see you on the other side.
Try the new Southwest Chipotle Filet Sandwich with pickled jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, and Chipotle aioli. Or the Smokehouse Cheddar Barbecue Filet Sandwich with smoky bacon and onion rings on Texas toast. 2 brand new sandwich meals. Only at Zaxby's. See Jumanji: The Next Level only in theaters.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. You know First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
You're here watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show hosted by Classic Nissan. With me, I have Mr. Bruce Reaves. Bruce, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's the first time I'm doing it, first time I've been in this Nissan dealership. Yep. Beautiful place you have here.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about Classic Nissan and what y'all have going on the month of December.
Classic Nissan of Sanford, we got a lot going on in December because it's our year-end clearance event. It's going on all month long because we got to give away, we got TVs, we're giving away 50-inch TVs. We got up to $8,000 off of select models like Titan trucks and what have you. So we got a lot of savings because we're clearing out the 19s, of course, and getting ready for the 20s. And we also got good deals on the 20s also. We got 0% for 60 months. We got zero money down. We got zero payments until for 90 days out. So we got a lot of exciting things going on. And as I like to say, win-win. We want to make sure that the customer wins and, of course, the dealership wins. So it's got to be a win-win situation for all of us. And that's what we practice here to take care of our customers here at Classic Nissan of Sanford. And it's exciting to see that Lee County school is steady rocking and rolling, man. I'm excited for the guys and the young men and all the accomplishments they've done so far. And we're glad to be a sponsor and very proud of the community and the work that the coaches and doing with these guys.
They got 2 more to go.
Got 2 more to go, but I'm believing and with faith that's going to happen. They're going to win it all because, I got a few of the dads here working here at this wonderful establishment that's one of them there. Dad works here, but I'm excited for these young men and this community.
So tell me, Bruce, if I wanted to send my wife up here to give me one of those nice new Nissan Titans I see sitting here looking at me in the face, I'm too small to fit in one of your Versas or something. Well, what would she have to do and what sort of deals would you have to get her out the door and get that truck in my driveway?
Oh, man, all she have to come up here with you and say, hey, make both of you fall in love with it, right? First of all.
That's right.
And then I'll make sure I look out for you with the biggest discount possible, and you'll be driving down the road with a smile.
Now, since that truck is so big, so wide, that's a man's truck.
That's a man's truck.
Could I get 2 bows on it, one on the front, one on the back?
Whatever you want, because I'm going to make sure you win. And that way we will win. Yes, sir. It's Christmas time. I want to play Santa Claus here.
That's right. Well, tell me a little bit about buying a Nissan. What type of, in the industry, how is Nissan leading the car industry?
Well, I'll tell you what, our number one, our core vehicles right now and leading the industry is, of course, we call it the Nissan Smart Technology Package, and we have it on the Rogue, the Altima, the Maxima. It's just most of the cars right now it's just smart cars. What can you say? But the Rogue is the number one seller right now, and the Altima. And there's a reason. That's what we put on the road.
So gas mileage still a big factor when people are buying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no doubt. The Rogue is great gas mileage, and the Altima is our number one car for the gas mileage, and people just love them. And they come back and they want to buy a new one. And that's what keeps them on the road. They're just happy to be in that Nissan Altima in the Rogue. That's our number one seller.
Very nice. So Nissan leading the industry in smart cars and good gas mileage is something I don't get a lot of in my trucks.
Yeah, the trucks.
But that's all right. We have Bruce Reaves with us. We have Coach Rob Patterson. Bruce, thank you for hosting us tonight. Everything Classic Nissan does to support Lee County athletics.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are a huge player in the county. We're glad that you're here. I learned today that you're a fairly new Sanford resident. So it's a pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you for everything you're doing and you will do for Lee County.
Yeah, I'm glad to be a service and be a part of this community. It's a great community. Great. I've been just welcomed with open arms, so I'm glad to be here. So been excited. We had a great month last month. Matter of fact, we had a record month. So thank everybody who came in and purchased a vehicle from us. We really appreciate that. Yeah, we had a great month.
Now, I'm sure you want December to be better than your record in November.
Always want next
always
month
want
to be
more.
better.
Always better.
Always, I say win, win, win because one of our theme songs, all our customers do is win, 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 no matter what. So I always got customers on the mind, can't never get enough. So.
All right. Mr. Reaves, thank you for your time. Thank you for here at Classic Nissan. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back in a minute.
Are you ready to sell your home and don't know which realtor to choose? Well, not all realtors are the same. I'm Crystal Copas, and I don't just stick a sign in the yard, throw it in the MLS, and hope to collect a commission. I provide a customized marketing plan that includes professional staging, photography, videography, and drone at no cost to you. Contact me, Crystal Copas, with RE/MAX Real Estate Service, and let's get your house sold. 919-356-5402 or visit me at crystalcopas.com.
Pentair, empowering people to move water, improve water, enjoy water, so that people can live their best, healthiest lives. Lives with purpose, lives with enjoyment, lives that flourish, lives with hope. Because at Pentair, we're not just about better water. We're about better life. Pentair, bringing water to life, for life.
You're watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show here at Classic Nissan. I'm Nathan Cochrane. On the far side, we have Rob Patterson. In the middle, we have the man of the night, Coach Steve Burdeau from Lee County High School. Steve, so I got a few questions for you before we get into talking about Cleveland.
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, is Larry Baldwin going to be able to play Friday night against New Hanover?
I surely hope so. I think Larry is the type of kid that we might have to chop his leg off to keep him off the field. So he's out there moving around today. So we'll see. We'll see.
No decisive answer yet. It's going to be
like
game
Bill
time
Belichick.
decision.
No, we're not going to tell you.
It'll be a game time decision.
Game time decision. Can't let New Hanover know too early, right?
Can't.
I understand. So tell me, I used to Coach Patterson. Coached up to 3 weeks ago. Sorry, don't take offense to it. Steve, what is a practice schedule? What does your normal practices look like? We've obviously gone through a time change. It gets dark pretty early. You're not beating up your kids as much and tackling drills and all that. What is a daily schedule for you for practice look like, trying to keep the boys focused and on the task at hand?
So really for every day is a little bit different for us. Mondays, we usually watch offense and defensive film before practice, but with the time change, it's dark pretty quick. So we watch defensive film first, and we watch offensive film after practice. We try to keep a good flow throughout practice of, like you said, we're not beating the guys up as much, not doing quite as much inside run, making sure the guys understand the formations. And that's the main thing, assignments and alignment right now.
Okay. So a lot of technical football, just
Yes, sir.
making sure they got their X's and O's for the next week, keeping everybody healthy.
Yes, sir.
All right, so talk to me a little bit about your game plan going into Cleveland. What were your perceived keys to winning that ball game, which obviously you did in exciting fashion, but going in, what were you wanting to try to do offensively and defensively?
Yeah, so we knew that obviously they have a really good running back. Everybody knew they had 2,000-plus yards and had a really good quarterback. So offensively, they were definitely a threat. So Coach Jacobs had a great game plan to stop a little bit of all of it. We have a pretty good defensive front, and we got some pretty good pressure on them in both of those facets, which set up some things in the secondary to cause a couple turnovers. On offense, we knew that they like to bring a lot of pressure. So we knew there were going to be times where they might tackle us for, instead of us breaking one for 50, those 2 and 3 yard gains were going to be there. But we needed them to be 2 or 3 yard gains instead of losing 2 or 3 yards that some teams they've played were not able to get. To keep them honest with some things inside, so we could pass the ball when we needed to.
Very nice. Rob and I used to coach together, and I'm a wing T guy at heart. And I used to tell him, if I can average 4 yards a carry, I'm going to win a ball game every time.
You're going to get first down. Yes, sir.
That's right.
So, Steve, was this Collins' best game, you think? Just overall with the pressure he was under?
I think it was a very good game from Collins. Shoot, I think the second round was really good as well. So I think both of those games were great. So hopefully he's got 2 more good ones left in him.
So tell me some positives that you saw from Friday night. You went down early at 20-3. There was a little bit of concern in the stands, especially on our side. What went well? How did you transition, get your team back focused, and end up winning 34-27?
So one of the things I give the coaches credit and the players credit for is I felt like they never flinched. They were never really concerned or felt that was something we couldn't do, that we couldn't come back. We had a chance to return a kick. We had a good play on that. Jaden had a good return, and that kind of set us up on that series. And for us, it takes sometimes just one good play, and everybody gets a little bit of energy, gets a little bit of juice, and then it's 2-3 good plays in a row. Mm-hmm. Colin had a big scramble, we had a couple big blocks on it, and then all of a sudden, hey, we're down there, and AJ scores a touchdown.
So talk about that, because you feed more than any other team we see, or I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
You feed off. You get one big play, and all of a sudden
it snowballs.
It snowballs. You'll go from 1 to 8 great plays. You got to get that one, but is that something y'all kind of work on, or is it just the mentality of the team? Or?
I think it's just the mentality of the team. They have a lot of confidence in each other. We have a lot of guys that contribute. So I think when they're all proud of their teammate and excited for their teammate that does it, then they want to be that next guy that does it as well.
Very nice. So tell us, you were down 20-3. What adjustments did you make offensively and defensively? Because you obviously came back, did a heck of a job coming back to beat Cleveland. Were there any adjustments, or was it more of a discussion with your guys? All right, guys, we got to go.
It was just more execution-wise. I think we showed the offensive line a few things. Luckily, we have iPads on the sideline, and we can show them some clips So showing them some things, and it's really we're one block away from a couple things in pass pro and in run blocking to get us where we wanted to be. So offensively, we thought we were close, and we tightened those things up. And defensively, it was just making sure we're lined up correctly. Not missing a tackle in the backfield. We had a couple chances to tackle them for a loss, and they broke a tackle here or there, and we started making tackles.
Very nice.
About special teams, because you guys put more pressure, because we were talking on air. I mean, we got about 10 hours of practice time a week, and you probably put more pressure on any opponents that we see just on what they have to defend from a special team standpoint. And you have the most dynamic kickoff menu of anybody I've ever seen. So you're looking at it on the iPad. You got coaches signaling. Does that take you back to the spring when you start working on that?
Yeah. So some of that takes us back to having a guy that can do it with Trey. Trey's able to kick that ball anywhere we want him to. So that's a big part of it. But we're doing that stuff early in the summer and the spring, and really carrying it over from last year. We do a lot of that same stuff on JV. So those guys have a good base knowledge of those calls. The same thing in our punt situations. We try to be very good on special teams.
Do you have a kicker coming up through your JV that is the next Trey Underwood?
Well, that's a lofty expectation. Kid's fourth in the state all time in scoring, but we have a very good sophomore kicker. But he, as the season went on last year, he got better and better, and by the end of the season, he was pretty daggone good. He's still practicing with us now.
Very nice. So who were some key players that stepped up in the game Friday night that won't necessarily get these trophies tonight because we can only give away 2, but you obviously had a lot of key players that stepped up in the big game. What were some of those mentionable moments and those kids?
Of guys that aren't getting the trophies, I think one of the guys is Jaden Chalmers. Jaden had a couple big plays on offense. He locked down one of their best receivers on defense. I don't believe they called a pass on him, and he ended up catching the game-winning touchdown. He played more offense, and he wanted to be on the field, so that was great to see. So him definitely on the really both sides of the ball. And then Trey, Trey had two pretty long field goals. He recovered his own onside kick at one point.
Changed field position on that punt too.
Oh yeah, put it down like 2 or 3 yard line. That was probably one of his best punts of the year, and that thing had a heck of some hang time. So those are 2 guys.
Very good. All right, so looking forward at New Hanover. I haven't watched any film on them yet, so I'm kind of oblivious on what they're going to throw at us. What can we expect to see Friday night from the Wildcats?
So, Coach Dimick is an outstanding coach. Obviously, they're at this point, so they're a very good team. They have a couple running backs they rotate through. They usually use about 2 to 3 different guys they've rotated through. One's a real big guy, similar to the size of the kid last week. And they have another quick speed guy they rotate in. They have a receiver number 3 that has almost 1,000 yards receiving already. And their quarterback is a very good player. He's thrown 29 or 28 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions, similar to Colin.
And they have a pretty good kicker too.
They do. He's going to put it in the end zone very close every kickoff. He's made a 50-yard field goal on film. So
it sounds like they're a pretty balanced ball club. Do they stick in a spread formation? Do they roll back and forth to a wing?
So they are very multiple on offense. They do a good job of running a lot of different formations. They'll bring tight ends on the field and off the field. I guess I would say they're more pro style of an offense than necessarily a spread team. They'll run a little bit of spread in situations, but they're probably going to have a tight end or 2 on the field most of the time.
Scheme-wise on defense? You got to ask about defense.
Yeah, absolutely. I was transitioning.
Yeah, they're more of a 3 front on defense. They have a really good nose guard. They list him as 6'2" or 6'3", like 340, and he can move.
Whoa.
Yeah, so he's a big boy, and he looks every bit of it. They try to do everything to set up their outside backers to make tackles. Both of those guys are leading their team in tackles and tackles for loss, so they're doing a good job of that.
Cleveland did a lot of movement and disguising on their defensive side Friday night. Can we expect to see some of that from New Hanover, or are they more of a line-up, this is where we're at, and we're going to stop it?
They will move around some. I don't think quite to the extent of what Cleveland was doing, but they will bring some stuff from different areas.
Very nice, very nice. So, couple keys for winning Friday night, progressing on to the state championship. If you had to list 3 of them, what would they be?
Well, number 1 is going to be offensive line. It always starts up front. Offensive line recognizing fronts and handling that big nose guard. So that's going to be a big key, as well as the tackles doing a good job on the outside backers. On defense, it's going to be recognizing formations and alignment. And I think overall, execution on special teams. This is a team that actually, can match some of the things we can do on special teams, so we have to win that phase.
Very nice. Rob, anything else before we go to commercial break?
No, we're excited. It's a fun time. It's great for the whole county. We're only 2 away.
Yes, sir.
It's a huge opportunity, and we're excited.
I'm looking forward to it.
I've been kind of around town all week, and everyone's been the murmur's starting to get excited. All year everyone's talked about the state championship, and a lot of teams get out there and say the goal is a state championship. Right. I mean, y'all have really made it to fruition where you're 2 games away. I mean, that is huge. I can't tell you last time I knew a Lee County program in either school that was 2 wins away from winning a state championship. I mean, it's been since I was young, and it was a basketball team then. So y'all are making history here in Lee County. We're very proud of you, very proud of the boys. Looking forward to a big crowd Friday night.
Sir.
It's at Paul B. Gay Stadium again, so everyone make sure you come out, support the Yellow Jackets as they continue their journey for the state championship.
Yes, sir.
So, Coach, any last statements before we hand out some hardware in a little bit?
We had a great crowd last week. I think we can outdo it this week. As you said, it's been a long time since this has happened, so let's pack it out.
We checked the weather. It looks like it looks good. No rain in the near future, so make sure you come out to Paul B. Gay Stadium and support everybody. We'll be back for a quick commercial break, and then we'll hand out some hardware for your boys.
It happens only once a year. The classic Nissan of Sanford Black Friday sales event is on, with Black Friday savings all month long. Shop our huge selection of over 300 new Nissans. Get the area's lowest prices and payments, low financing rates, and more for your trade. Lease the 2019 Nissan Sentra for $199 a month, or lease the 2019 Nissan Kicks for $299 a month. Shop the Black Friday sales event going on now at Classic Nissan of Sanford or ClassicNissanSanford.com.
Being good at what you do takes commitment. At Sanford Contractors, we've been committed for 50 years, committed to high-quality construction services and trusted partner relationships. We started in 1969 and through smart and consistent growth, now offer our partners more services than ever before in bridge construction, commercial building, site development, and utility construction. Sanford Contractors, building with trust for 50 years. Learn more at sanfordcontractors.com.
90 years ago, First Bank was founded. First Bank, the one where you are greeted by name, the one dedicated to the community, and the one born in the heart of the Carolinas.
We help our customers to realize their dreams by providing financial solutions and building trusted relationships. Hi, I'm David Fashee, and we are First Bank.
Welcome back to the Zaxby's Coaches Show. We have Mr. Justin Gaines, the Business Development Officer from First Bank. I want to talk to him a minute before we hand out some hardware with Coach and the boys. So tell me a little bit about First Bank. What new products are you offering? Why should I come bank at First Bank?
First Bank's a community bank that's been around for nearly 100 years. We're headquartered in Southern Pines, just down the road. We're here to take care of our residents of Lee County and Sanford. Something new that's going on at the bank is we've actually opened up an online application for a checking account and a savings account. So from our mobile app, our mobile website, and our desktop website, folks can now open basically a free checking account with the bank. We've also rolled out a First at Work program, which offers some wonderful benefits, which include free credit monitoring, free cell phone insurance, a free savings account, just some wonderful benefits as long as you receive a direct deposit in the account. The account value is probably somewhere around $40 when you consider all the benefits you receive.
All right, Justin. So I'm a new dad. I've got a 9.5-month at home. Tell me what type of services do y'all have to offer for new parents that could come in and, college savings, checking accounts, that sort of stuff for your kids?
Absolutely. So we have junior savings accounts, which are nice to get started with. Our wealth management group can start you with a 529 for your child, which is an excellent time that you're starting now, which allows your dollar to grow even more over time. That compound interest means a lot. With our financial wellness suite of products, we've got budgeting tools. I know that daycare can get expensive, so budgeting is very, very important with daycare, diapers, formula if you have to do that. So I encourage folks to check out our financial wellness tools at localfirstbank.com. They're free to use.
Last question. First Bank, I see y'all plastered all over the communities all the time. What are some of your highlights that you do, sponsoring in the community, helping in the community? What are your top 3 community outreach programs that First Bank is running?
Obviously, this is one of them. We definitely enjoy supporting our local athletics. We support civic organizations and nonprofits across the county and city. Youth sports programs we support. You name it, we're probably involved in it. I don't know of another bank in town, quite honestly, that is involved as we are. We've got folks that work for the bank that serve on the boards of local organizations. We're involved in our civic organizations. We're here to make Sanford a better place.
Very nice, very nice. Well, thank you for everything you do to support Lee County athletics, both high schools, all the civic groups. Y'all do a great job. We appreciate it. Thank you for sponsoring our player of the game tonight. They've got nice trophies, nice gift cards here. So we're looking forward to everything, continuing working with y'all. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach, back to you and this group of guys behind us. All right, so first thing, tell us a couple of ways you keep these boys focused. It's been a long season. Y'all started this back in January, if I'm not mistaken. I remember the state championship talk starting about January 1. How have you kept all these guys focused since then?
I think one of the easiest things it is for me is these guys keep themselves focused. They do a really good job. They're very competitive with each other. They know what the task at hand is. They know what the goals are. They know they have to work, and a lot of times they police themselves, which helps me and the coaches out. I've heard that bad teams have no leaders. Good teams led by coaches. Great teams are led by players. So I think we're close.
So talk about some of those moments that your players have policed each other. That's a hard thing. That's not often a taught thing. Either the kids have it or they don't. Give us a few moments that you've seen where as a coach you just kind of walk away and say, all right, boys, handle it.
If at any point in practice, I feel like if there's not enough energy, there's a couple guys that always can bring that energy anytime. If they don't think somebody else is going hard enough, they're willing to call out their teammates. I think that's something that if something's not being done the way we expect it to be done inside the locker room, inside the school, there's a couple guys that can handle it as well.
Very nice, very nice. Well, y'all have done a great job. All of Lee County's behind you. We're thrilled. You got 2 games left, gentlemen. So let's go ahead and let's start handing out some hardware. You want to start with offense or defense?
Let's start with this one. All right, this is defensive player of the week this week was Desmond Evans. Des had several tackles for loss. He had a couple big plays. Des is consistent every game making plays. If he don't get blocked by 2 or 3 guys, I think there's something wrong. All right. So Des is a very humble kid, so this is a little bothersome to him, but he well deserved and probably could have been at several weeks.
Very nice. Des, do you have a specific player or two that stuck out from Friday night that you could pinpoint and say, this was a game changer, this was a great play that I had, something of that nature?
I can say the sack on 3rd down to get us out the field.
That was a big one.
Yeah,
that was huge.
Yeah, he had another big one early in the game. The first series, they go to punt. He gets a piece of the punt, and it really changes the field position for us on our first series on offense. So I think that was another big play on special teams by him as well.
One thing Rob and I were talking about up in the box is the discipline that you were playing with on Friday night. A lot of times you had the opportunity to lose contain and try to make a sack, but you kept contained, kept everyone inside, and it equaled good yardage for y'all, for the defense. So great job on that. We thought y'all played a heck of a ball game on that. Offensively, Coach?
Offensively, and this Jackson Lamb's the offensive player of the week. And Jackson could have been offense, defense. He was our overall player of the week this week. He made a couple plays in all phases of the game. He had a real big play right before halftime that gave us some momentum. We're trying to I was trying to set up a field goal situation, let one ride from about 50, and Jackson catches the ball and then does some little move, and then then he's in the end zone. So it was a great play on offense, and then he had 2 interceptions on defense, and actually had another huge pass breakup when they tried to throw it with their running back. So he had a heck of a game.
We were talking about Jackson up on the box. I've known Jackson a while now. I always been a polite kid. I always knew he was athletic. Coming out of this football season, it'd been a couple years since I watched him. Where he was as a 7th, 8th grader when I knew him to now, you have done an amazing job in the weight room, getting your speed up, your strength up. Really, really good job.
Thank you.
All right, so last question I have for all of the boys. All of you can answer this. So every coach has a habit that you might laugh and joke with. You know, for me, it's a specific type of hot sauce. For Rob, it's the shining brightness from his legs. What is the habit here for Coach Burdeau that the Lee County needs to know? There's obviously one.
He got two. It's like this. You do that. You do the look. You do a little nod. He got 5. Keep saying 5.
All right. So what does 5 mean?
I mean, just in the weight room, you do like 5.
Look, count it down. You usually give a little emphasis on the number.
I got you.
So is the look a good thing or bad thing?
It's just the look. It's the look.
It just depends on the situation, I think. It might depend on the situation.
Depends on the situation. All right. Anything else to add before we wrap this up?
Let's go get him this week.
Not him. Go get him this week. That's right. Not hearing anything else, gentlemen. The entire county is behind you. We're thrilled. We're looking forward to Friday night. Continuing on after a win Friday night, continuing on to a state championship. Coach, when y'all win, I'm going to make the prediction. You can't. That's poster board material. I can make it though. When y'all win, where will your state championship game be?
State championship game will be at Carter Finley.
Carter Finley. All right, and that'll be the following Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. So we look forward. Make sure you come out Friday night, support the Yellow Jackets. Gentlemen, thank you all for being here. And this has been the Zaxby's Coaches Show, hosted here by Classic Nissan.
Thanks for watching the Zaxby's Coaches Show, brought to you by First Bank and by Zaxby's Friends Family Flavor with your host, Krista Lambert.